Assalamu alaikum my dear students. Welcome to NIVS Home School. I hope you all are fine by the grace of Almighty Allah. I am also fine. Here I am Kamrun, Assistant Teacher of National Ideal English Version School, Day Shift. My dear students of class 7, today I am going to take your agriculture class and our today's topic is chapter 5 and we will discuss lesson 1 and 2 from this chapter and the name of this chapter is agricultural production. So let's start our class. So what do you understand by agricultural production? The production that the production of crops, domestic animals, pets or fish, etc. And lesson 1 is about the process of maize or corn cultivation. So what is maize? Maize is a granular crop and a perennial shrub. Granular means that means we get grains from this crop, and perennial means plant that is active throughout the year. That means we can cultivate this plant in two seasons in a year, and both male and female flowers grow in the same plant. And now look at your book, page number 78. All of you take your book. Now look, page number 78. There is the maize plant and there is a male flower and there is a tassel in the head of this plant, and mocha comes out from the axis point of the plant. Now look, this is the picture of the mocha. So the female flowers come out in the form of mocha from the axis point of the stem, and the female flower is fertilized. When the female flower is fertilized, the flowers become mocha, and maize grains are used as human food, and its sappy plants and green leaves are used as high quality food for the cows. So we take maize grains or corn as a food, and the sappy plants also used, sappy or green plants also used as the food of cows. So it is important for the livestock, poultry and fish feeds also. Now the variety. There are different kinds of varieties of maize, and Bangladesh Agricultural Research Institute, that means BARI, produce some high yielding variety of maize, and among them Barnali, Shubro, Mohor, BARI maize 5, BARI maize 6, BARI maize 7, BARI hybrid maize 1, BARI hybrid maize 2, BARI hybrid maize 3, and popcorn maize, etc. are remarkable. Now what type of soil is needed to cultivate maize? Sandy loamy and loamy soil is the best for maize cultivation, but we need to remember that the soil does not get waterlogged. Now sowing time. So when will you sow the maize seed? Between October and November in the spring season. That means this is the time proper time to sow the maize seed, and we can also sow the seeds between mid-February and March in the autumn season. So we can cultivate or produce 2 times in a year. Now the seed ratio and sowing process. So for BARI maize variety 25 to 30 kg, and for popcorn maize 15 to 20 kg per every hectare should be sown in rows. So we can use this maize in a row, and for popcorn maize we will use we will take 25 to 30 kg, and for BARI maize we will take 25 to 30 kg, and for popcorn maize we will use 15 to 20 kg per hectare. So remember it. And what will be the distance? Distance between rows should be 75 centimeter. It is very important, remember. So distance will be 75 centimeter, and there should be one plant after every 25 centimeter or 2 plants after every 50 centimeter in each row. So there will be a gap between 25 centimeter or 15 centimeter in each row. Now look, for one plant 25 centimeter and for 2 plants 50 centimeters. And now the land preparation and application of fertilizer. So we use here 4 types of fertilizer, and the name of the fertilizer and their amount in kg per hectare. And we use urea 172 to 312 kg in per hectare, and TSP fertilizer 168 to 216 kg per hectare, and MOP fertilizer 96 to 144 kg per hectare, and gypsum fertilizer 144 to 168 kg per hectare. So this is the amount of fertilizer we will use in our maize field, in per hectare. And we have to do other process also. We need to prepare our land, and land must be prepared by plowing deeply 4 to 5 times and by harrowing. And so we will plow the land at least 4 to 5 times, and it should be deep. And at the ending phase of the preparation, the land must be tilled after spraying 1/3 of total urea and the whole of other fertilizers on it. So what will we do after plowing the land? We will divide this amount of urea into 3 parts, and then we will take 1/3 of the total urea and the rest of the fertilizer, and then we will apply it on our land. And it is good to use 10 to 15 kg zinc sulfate and 5 to 7 kg boron and 5 ton cow dung manure in each hectare. So it is good if we can use this fertilizer or the nutrition with this fertilizer. And we have remaining urea, and what will you do? The remaining urea should be divided in 2 halves, and the first installment should be sprayed 25 to 30 days after seed germination. So we use the 2 parts of urea, and now we have that is parts of urea, 1 part of urea, and the second installment should be spread in a use over way 40 to 50 days germination of after the seed germination. So we will apply urea in 3 times, in 3 ways. And now lesson 2, and in lesson 1 we know the process of maize cultivation. Now we will know the intercultural management in maize cultivation and crops yielding, and what that means, what we need to take care about maize cultivation. And at first we need to give irrigation, use of irrigation to get the production of high yielding maize variety up to the expectation level. 3 to 4 times irrigation is required. So we need to irrigate 3 to 4 times in a year, and there are some different stages. Now look at your book, page number 79. Now look figure number 5.2, maize plant of different stages. Now look, there are different stages: 3 leaves stage, 4 leaves stage, 10 leaves stage. And now look, and we irrigate. The first irrigation should be given at the 5 leaves stage, and then the second irrigation should be given at the at the 10 leaves stage, and the third irrigation should be given when the mocha comes out. The budding out of mocha. When the mocha is small in size, and the fourth irrigation should be given when it becomes a granular shape. But we should keep in mind that there shouldn't be water logged. That means the soil should not be get water logged. And now pest control management. At the seedling stage, larva of Kathipoka cuts the bottom of the tender plant. And now look at your book, figure number 5.3. Now look at the picture of Kathipoka. And it cuts the bottom of the tender plants, and which is very dangerous. And if the attack is massive, furadon or dustbin should be applied in prescribed amount and the land should be irrigated again. So after applying the pesticides, we will irrigate the land again, and if the attack is massive, we will use dustbin. Now diseases of maize. So there are different types of diseases in maize, and they are, now look, maize may be affected by considerable number of diseases such as seed rot disease and plant decaying disease, stem rot and grain rot disease. So these are the common diseases in maize. And now the pest control procedure. Pest preventive variety should be used. So we will use the varieties which is pest preventive, and treatment should be done before sowing seeds. So before sowing the seeds, we will start our treatment so that the maize plants are healthy or growing well. The remaining of maize plants should be burnt down after harvesting. So after harvesting, we will burn the remaining maize plant. And cultivation of maize in the same field over and over again should be stopped. So we will not cultivate or will not produce the maize in the same field over and over again. We will use different land, piece of land to cultivate maize. Now the collection and threshing of corns. When the maize flower becomes slightly yellowish, maize becomes worthy of collecting corn. So when the plants become yellowish in color, we will know that it is time to collect the corns. And when the maize flower mellows 70 to 80%, corns can be collected. So we can collect the corns now. When it mellows 75 to 80%. And what will you do after? Maize flower should be dried up in the sun for 4 to 5 days after collection of them. So after collecting the maize flowers, we will dry them up in the sun for 4 to 5 days. The corn should be separated by a hand driven thresher or a threshing machine and preserved after sifting. Now look, we can separate the corn by a hand driven thresher. Page number 80, look at your book. Figure number 5.5. Now look, there is a hand driven thresher. So we can collect our corn by using this machine. Now the lifespan. The lifetime of maize is 135 to 155 days during Rabi season, that means in winter season, and 90 to 110 days during Kharif season, that means in rainy season. So this is the lifespan of the maize plants. Now the production. In Bangladesh, maize yields well during Rabi season and it does less in Kharif season. So winter is the best season for the production of maize. Maize production varies between 3.5 to 8.5 ton per hectare depending on its variety and season. So maize production depends on the variety of the maize seeds and the season of the year. So in lesson 2 we learn in what topics we need to care about in maize production. And now there is a homework number 5, and it is from chapter 5, lesson 1 and 2. You will make 6 MCQ with answer. I repeat, you will make 6 MCQ with answer. And my dear students, this is a summary of your lesson 1 and 2. So you will go through lesson 1 and lesson 2 at home. Then you will make 6 multiple choice question with answer. So what we learned from our today's lesson, from lesson 1 we know the process of the cultivation of maize plants, and from lesson 2 we know about the elements or the environment or the things we need to take care about the maize cultivation. So my dear students, that's all for today. I hope you have understood our today's topic. So do your homework regularly and submit this homework on every Sunday within 8 AM to 4 PM. So keep practicing at home and listen to your parents. See you again. Allah Hafiz.